So let's actually practice writing these proportions. The first question says, you spend 100 minutes in 2 classes. Write a proportion that gives the number of minutes m you spend in 3 classes. So we can tell we are looking at 2 different units, which means we're going to be using a proportion and use our LKU method. Set up that proportion like so. Remember that L means the label, K means known, and U means unknown. Once we set that up, we're going to go ahead and box in our question the 2 numbers that are in the same sentence, which in this case is 100 minutes in 2 classes. That's going to be our known ratio, and it also tells us our units for the label. We have minutes and classes. Just to get in the habit, let's always put time on the bottom. So minutes will go on the bottom, classes will go on the top, and then we can do our known ratio. 2 classes in 100 minutes. The 2 is going to go on the top because that's talking about classes, and 100 goes on the bottom because that's talking about minutes. Now in unit rates, our unknown ratio was always x over 3. But now we have another number. So let's finish reading the question. It asks us to write a proportion that gives us the number of minutes, m, so that's our variable, you spend in 3 classes. So the last number we have is 3 classes. You want to put that on the top because that's where classes goes according to our label, and m on the bottom. Now we're not even solving these right now, we are just focusing on writing them. And there's your proportion. Number 2 says a school requires 2 teachers for every 15 students. Write a proportion that gives the number of teachers, T, needed for 105 students. So we're going to start with our LKU and set up that proportion. Let's box the 2 numbers that are in the same sentence. In this case, that would be 2 and 15. 2 teachers for every 15 students. That gives us our units, teachers and students. Neither one of those are time or money, so it doesn't matter which one's on top. I'll put teachers on top and students on the bottom. Those boxed numbers are our known ratio. So we have 2 teachers. I'm going to put 2 on the top with teachers for every 15 students. To write the unknown ratio, we need to find the next number that we have, which is 105 students. Make sure that goes on the bottom because that is where you put students for the label. And teachers we're representing with the letter T.